There's a crypto alert from the FBI. Indeed, you shouldn't use non-KYC cryptocurrency exchanges, and the only one they've listed, which is fascinating, is Coinbase. Let's look into it further. There is a lot of activity in the cryptocurrency space. It's akin to a financial scam. Yes, they are attempting to expose you. They're attempting to extract every last bit of you before the markets completely collapse. I arrived here in 2017. I've observed every 3 or 4 years when the market is experiencing a surge because it's so easy for the astute to profit from cryptocurrency, they will do everything in their power to get you out of it before the next big surge to the upside happens. If Bitcoin does decline, smart individuals won't be alarmed. In fact, they'll be buying more of these dips since they are once-in-a-lifetime opportunities. The price of Bitcoin continues to decline, and some of its values have even begun to leak out. They ought to be bullies as well. In 3 or 6 months, we will review these prices. Hereafter, a nice one from 2025, this will be more expensive than its all-time high of $10. It's 10 times that. That is 10 times that. Are you going to whine about a 10x return? I won't. I'll be thrilled to receive a 5x return on everything I'm currently planning, which will make me very pleased. Without further ado, you already understand the necessary steps. Just relax and sit back. Hopefully, your weekend has begun. Get a refreshing beverage. Now let's get into specific Bitcoin. 64,125 Ethereum is currently up 0.59% over the last 24 hours, up 72% over USDT and USDC, both of which are at 99 cents. XRP is up 61% over the entire cryptocurrency market cap of $377 billion, with a mean lean of 52 cents. Bada beam bada well, that's the reality. Where do we go from here? I'm not sure about this. I'm down, maybe we'll go down a little bit. Lower yourself a little. Permit me to make a purchase. People, let me purchase it all. Once more, find yourself with an enormous amount of money on the sidelines. Roughly 2 months prior, I was okay with throwing a metric ton of money into the markets. I was satisfied with the outcome because I was aware of the associated costs. I went back down and said to myself, listen, you should probably relax, stop, and have a rainy day because you've already lost a lot of money in these markets. I have set aside a fund just in case you need it, and perhaps we could purchase a few extra rainy days here in the event of a major catastrophe. I'm also looking to sell and unload one of these coins into Cardano. Oh, it's even more gorgeous than before. That's a simple 10-person chain link. My God, that's equivalent to a 20x increase. You must be aware of what we're doing, and take a look at this name, another metaverse. This has allowed me to muffle it. Let me blast it up. I'm not interested in copyright. I hear nothing at all. Or transgression. Observe the visuals. People, we're starting construction. In the coming months, we will make significant advancements in what we have built to the highest standards. I promise that the XRP ledger's interoperability and multi-chain network will make us the largest XRP-enabled metaverse available. Ensure that we have already established the necessary partnerships. I am aware of who Riverside has been supporting. People take note of what's happening. Bank New York Mellon, the largest custodian in the world, recently reported exposure to Bitcoin exchange-traded funds, ETFs. This means that, in addition to Morgan Stanley, which we discussed in Wave 1, there will be Wave 2, which will include the Asian markets that will begin offering ETFs at the end of the month. What is your forecast for Bitcoin's price? I am confident that the printed tether, currently awaiting injection into Bitcoin, will skyrocket in price. Avoid getting too attached. It's impossible to predict a bottom, but it's very, very close. As far as anyone is concerned, nobody can say, hey, this is your exact bottle. No one knows. You can only make an effort to approach it. I illustrated this in the day's opening video, but take note of who will have the final say. Vitality is the final element here. It's time to lock you up. Joe Lubin, you all should also go to jail. You are all complete and utter scum, But it appears that we will have to depart last, isn't that the case? We seem to remember having this conversation with Joe Lubin. Joe Lubin was a co-founder of Ethereum in 2023, and it's important to pay attention to this before we delve into our discussion about the FBI. There's plenty of delicious detail. Furthermore, it's accurate to state that various aspects are at first glance, many tokens look like securities. It's also true that many ICOs don't give the impression that securities is acting subtly toward the SEC. As I believe correctly, Kraken, I'm a big supporter of Kraken, is not wholly decentralized. However, they did provide a staking product with notable centralization elements, meaning they were in charge of a lot of things. This basically means that if you market your highly decentralized product in a way that makes it seem like people will be able to profit from your work, that is security. However, it's important to note that the mere use of words alone may not guarantee security. Therefore, I firmly believe, and I anticipate this to be somewhat controversial, that I believe the SEC and Gary Gensler are doing a fantastic job of pushing initiatives in our ecosystem toward radical decentralization. Oh, I hope you think Gary is doing a fantastic job. I venture that you don't think so anymore. You're probably screaming and swearing at people. Why did Coinbase not defend Ripple or the XRP community, but instead stand up for consensus? Coinbase promptly removed XRP from their exchange, but I believe they are not doing the same for Ethereum. This inquiry concerns the entire emergency room. The blockchain offers security. Are they planning to further develop it, or are they solely focusing on the token? Coinbase itself, what are you doing? You know how much money Coinbase has put into Ethereum and all of these EC20 tokens. Do you really believe that they will oppose each other? The FBI has issued warnings about utilizing non-KYC cryptocurrency money transmission services. Hold us at it once more. People, which exchanges, apart from KYC, do you use? I'm not sure. If we have some knowledge, we can purchase any cryptocurrency we want. To all the wonderful people on these small exchanges, everyone's KYC now that Bit even performed a KYC and ended their exchange, everyone is executing a KYC, Gemini. KYC Coinbase KYC maintains Super Sync KYC. Those 3 USC coin exchanges that you are using to trade KYCs are now doing Binance. Does it not? Everyone participates. What do they consist of? They are probably talking about nothing at all. Do you recall this photo? We've returned it to Brad, who will cherish this day. Among them is the global head of securities. Among them was Swift, the former head of the IMF. Who can recall that? Shall we travel to the present day? Isn't that interesting? Ripple is, I suppose, still quite relevant. Why is Ripple still relevant after 5 and 6 years? I suppose it has been a while. They're seated among the older boys in the room, so it's still relevant. While this is still true, many people will argue that Ripple is not making any significant progress. Ripple is unimportant, they're just pushing and dumping XRP and conniving everybody. Indeed, people, the SEC wouldn't be seated here. We raised the accusation that MetaMask is, I have mentioned this previously, said Lord Vanis, countless times. Even if I were the only one yelling, there wouldn't be an Ethereum ETF. XRP is the only other ETF that will be available. I believe he is correct. Because when we gaze, we have to ponder. These cryptos are the primary ones we examine as we work our way through the list. We know BB isn't getting an ETF, so what will happen? In the US, obtaining an ETF Solana is a scam and a dump out of VCS. They're earning a ton of money off of it. But it's unlikely that we'll see anything happen with Dogecoin, Mecoin, or Tcoin. We've never even heard of Cardano. No, Shib, it's not Avalanche at all. They won't give Ethereum as an ETF, especially since you can't be sure if it's a security or not. In the end, it will come down to what Ethereum is doing in a lawsuit. XRP oversight clarity, already it is coming. Institutional money will similarly pour into XRP as it did for Bitcoin, and we will surpass our all-time high. It comes down to this: we will see the price of discovery, and we will all become extremely wealthy because we deserve it.